Hello, and thank you for joining us. This is Ogilvydo, and we are here at the Intelligence Squared and Vanity Fair Digital Summit, and I'm speaking with Martha Lane Fox, who just appeared on stage. She's going to answer a few questions for us. Good morning. Thank you for taking the time.
My pleasure.
I was hoping you could help us understand a little bit more about the three areas that you felt that government was an important interceder in the way that the digital revolution plays out in society.
I tell you, I feel like here in the UK, the digital revolution is somewhat lopsided. That we've got this incredible activity around startups and digital excitement, and lots of people can point to many, many exciting businesses growing, particularly in this area we're standing in right now in East London. But there are still some huge challenges that we face, or opportunities, and for me they fall into three categories. Firstly, infrastructure. We need a massive upgrade so that we can have access to super fast broadband all over the country. Secondly, skills, making sure that everybody is able to use the internet, but also that we have enough people to do the high-end jobs that we need in the sector. And thirdly, and most profoundly importantly for me, a gender crisis. The number of women in the sector is falling as a percentage. There are less women in the tech sector in the UK than there are in Parliament, which is part of my other life, which just takes my breath away.
There's also a gender crisis in the creative industries. You mentioned it on the stage, and we certainly feel that in the advertising industry. But gender is an issue across the whole world, especially in developing economies. How can the internet, and mobile in particular, help women achieve parity or perhaps even dominance in developing economies?
And that is the thing that I find so frustrating. You know, I started my career in the web back in the early mid-90s, and then I thought, this is amazing. You know, it's going to be a place where there can be a redistribution of wealth and power and different voices, and women and not just men from the traditional places will be the successful ones. That has not been the case. But it has been the case, interestingly, in some of the countries that have embedded technology right at the heart of their growth. So if you look at South Korea, somewhere that has thought, right, we're going to build networks that are going to just leapfrog any other networks that have existed in the world. We're going to teach children absolutely equally around technology. They've got many, many women in tech, many, many more productive businesses when you look at productivity metrics than we have right now here in the UK. So it is possible. There are places in the world, and you're right, the opportunity in the developing world to leapfrog some of the issues that perhaps the entrenched developed world face really is quite exciting.
And then the final question that I had for you was about the beginnings of the internet. You talked about your first use of it as a utility, essentially, when you were seeing the weather in both Japan and in the United Kingdom. What do you see as the future of the internet? Is it a hopeful one that Cory Doctorow mentioned, or is it not?
Now, I'm an optimist, and I sometimes dislike the fact that I feel a bit like the voice of doom about things, but the reason that I get so worked up is because I feel we have such an opportunity, both in the UK to be brilliant at the internet, transform our economy, transform many more people's lives, but also macro terms. You know, it would be very hard to argue that the internet hasn't been an immense force for good. It is still clement. We need to hold on to those incredible powers that it brings, the openness, the communication, the ability to start any new idea anywhere in the world. Those are kind of irrefutably extraordinary, and the internet is not going to be something that we distinguish from our normal lives. It's already embedded in it like water, and that will just continue. And if we play our cards right, it means that we will facilitate an incredible future, not a dark one.
It's wonderful. I hope the vision comes true, and we will do our part to make it happen.
Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Martha.
Pleasure.